Manchester United 1, Leicester 0, second win on the road, second clean sheet in a row, third win in a row, building confidence slowly. Wasn't an amazing performance, but a confidence boosting
3 points,
performance.
man. Right now, 3 points is the most important thing. We need to get on a roll. We need to get some wins under the belt. And as you can see, this team, the more they play together, this 11, the more they're starting to understand each other. We saw little patterns today, even in the attacking third.
Well, you're bottom of the league, so yeah. Who's more desperate, the Leicester fans or the bottom of the league? He said Man United are desperate for 3 points. He's just lost as bottom of the league.
How many points do you have at the moment? Have you even got 3 points?
Well, you got 1 point. You got it.
Stop it, man.
Rogers is desperate for a job, isn't he?
Mate, you can have Rogers.
Nah, we're all right.
We're good.
But yeah,
Ten Hag at the wheel, man. Yeah. Listen, the 3 points is the most important thing. This team, they're starting to work together. That back four, I told you earlier, Diego Dalot is coming into his own.
How good was he today? Because he's starting to grow in confidence.
Even forget defensively, people have talked about him being shaky going back, but he didn't give Barnes an inch today. He was on him every single time, managed to clear every single ball, and it's that thing. The last time I spoke about the fact that these players didn't look like they wanted it. Now every tackle they're celebrating it. Every single ball cleared out, you can see a high five in there, and that's that team spirit, that team morale that builds over time. So this 11 is well, especially that back four at the moment. They are on a roll, and no changes should be happening, especially going into Sunday's game, which is again another important game, which 3 points is a must, and also to knock Arsenal's confidence. And they need the humbling, man. And I think we need to be the ones to apply that humbling. And there's nothing I would love more in the world than just them Gunners, man. I got hate for them.
Well, we've got to do it. You know, it's another big game. We know we can get up for the big games at Old Trafford, especially for the big teams as well.
Do you know what, for today as well though, there's someone that people won't talk about a lot, which you mentioned earlier. We love to shit on him when he does bad, but when he does well, we need to give him the credit. McTominay played very well.
He did.
He was in that position. He did he did what was needed of him, and you can tell he knows his time is coming to an end with Casemiro coming in, and he's trying everything that he can to put in those performances to keep his spot.
And that's a good headache. That's what you want.
And
you want Scott playing well.
That's exactly what you need on your team. You need a bunch of players who are all doing their best to get in that starting 11. The variety of players we have, and especially in the attacking third with Anthony coming in as well. Look, I said there was a light at the end of the tunnel after the Arsenal game where we lost 3-1, and I can see it now. I can see it even more clearly that there is something there that we're working towards, and Erik Ten Hag just needs that time. I'm seeing people after 2 games that were shouting Ten Hag out. Let's get some sense. Just because he benches your favourite player doesn't mean...
That was just silly social media
stuff. It's absolute nonsense. So I'm 100% backing him. I'm here.
Sancho. Sancho gets a goal today.
The performance wasn't the best, I will say, but he is slowly improving. You can tell the confidence is coming back. I saw him try a couple of flicks. He actually took a couple man on today as well, which is something that we need him to do more often. Hopefully, Anthony coming in and him seeing what Anthony's doing on that wing will kind of inspire him to also start doing what he does, which we know he's capable of. Anthony Elanga as well. I'm not the biggest fan of him. He did a job today, but that upgrade is very, very necessary on that right wing. To have a left-footed right winger, the importance of it, people will talk about the price. I think it's worth 100 million just to have a left-footed right winger at Manchester United again, because that's how long we've been craving for one. So, it all looks good at the moment. Bruno Fernandes as well, since he's got that captain's armband, he's putting in a shift. He hasn't, I can't say a bad word about him, and I'm the one normally who has the most
What's he changed? What do you think the captaincy's done, or how is he playing for you?
It's not just the captaincy. We've always said that he needs to refine his game and be more protective of the ball. He's not trying them Hollywood passes as often anymore. He's playing the simpler balls. He's doing the leg work. He's behaving like the Manchester United captain, and as long as he's wearing the armband, I think that will give him the confidence to keep putting in these kind of performances. But before I end off, shout out to that back four, man. I've got nothing but praise for them. Dalot with Rafael Varane, who's coming into it as well now. You can see, I don't want to be that guy, but it seems that any of our centre-backs, when put next to Harry Maguire, they seem to look worse than they actually are. But as soon as they're taken away from him, they start to look better all of a sudden. Whatever that means is whatever it means. But again, that back four is the highlight for me.
Solid. Yeah. Who was your man of the match to finish off?
I think BT gave it to Eriksen, but do you know what?
Eriksen was good.
I'm giving it to Bruno Fernandes, man. I think he put in the work today. I think he was very, very good. Crazy enough, Scott McTominay is in my head as well.
Yeah,
I might also give him one, but I think Bruno really put in a shift today, and that was very good to watch. But at the same time, a lot of improvements needed.
And last one, will we beat Arsenal?
Listen, 100% without a shadow of a doubt, Arsenal are getting smoked. Do you know what it is as well? Yeah, let me say it now that we're here. After that 3-1 game, you know what? They caught me outside the Emirates. And
Yeah,
what they,
I remember you
what they
took-
did
you
to
took
me,
it, yeah, you
what
took
they
it
did
well.
to me outside the Emirates, all I'm saying is, Livs, the mandem that are coming
Yeah.
to Old Trafford, we will see you outside. The 4K cameras will be there, and we're going to catch you, man.
That's a big statement.
It is what it is, man.
One that you
It's
can't
gonna
take
happen.
back now.
There's no take back in there, man. It's happening.
Nice one.